So we're going to go ahead, start the recording. It is November 5th. It's an auspicious moment for our country, whether that moment lasts, tonight at 9 p.m. Pacific time or a week or who knows what. It's still an auspicious moment. So here we are. And Linda's on her way. So we've been chatting. So let's just keep chatting and just
Well, just a heads up, they just announced that Milwaukee's opting to do some recounts on one machine in their central county. So they've already forewarned people that it's going to be later than what they expected. So, but better to get
let the games begin.
Right. These are the grand finales of this round. The finals. I was reading Robert Reich. Is it Reich?
Yeah, I like him.
I like him too. And what I was reading this morning was that Red Mirage. Did you read that one?
No, I haven't seen it. Oh, when he puts out, no, I didn't read that one yet.
What he says is it's a thing, and it's been a thing for decades. And the Republican votes, the rural Republican votes, are smaller precincts and come in first. He says, if you know it's there, and it's always been there, it always will be, then you don't have to worry about it. He goes, know what it is, tell your friends what it is, and don't worry. Because the Democrat votes come from the bigger precincts. They take longer to count. I'm like, oh my God, how come we never knew that?
Well, you know what? I've heard that a lot. I watch one person, Nicole Wallace, and I just happen to like how she drills into things. And they had that discussion earlier about just know that's and that he'll probably claim victory at that point.
Oh, yes.
Be prepared for that too. And I mean, in Philadelphia, people are waiting in line. They've already been in for 2.5 and 3 hours. And a lot of these are first-time voters and kids.
Trying to vote?
In line to vote. They were showing them at Temple University, and they said, do you know how long this is supposed to take? And I said, well, I allotted for this today, and this is what I'm doing, and I go, oh, I have no idea what that was the outcome, but it was a feel-good moment.
One of my friends in Kansas City area stood in line on Saturday, 5.5 hours.
On a
Saturday, the week before.
I was trying to remember. Don't ask me how I remember this, but I always voted. Did we used to have early voting? I don't even remember when that came in, but
the first time I early voted was the first time Barack Obama was running. That's about when they did it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
In 1976, I'd have to go to work and then we'd go vote. And I can remember the turnout, was huge with Reagan and Carter. But we stood in line at a grade school and we were wrapped around outside in drizzling rain like people are doing today. And they have to let you in. But it took us virtually 4.5 to 5 hours to vote. And I'd forgotten it because today I was going, oh my God, I don't know. I wouldn't want to stand in line that long, but I would.
Right?
I would.
Yeah. All right. Other than that, what else? I mean, or more of that. Checking in. How are you? How are you feeling? It feels like we're all feeling okay.
Can I say this? It was when somebody asked it the other day, maybe you put it out there, and it was about where are you? And there was a part of me, and this is that part that deals with dysfunction from the past, that didn't want to say that I felt really centered and calm about this. I don't know the outcome, but because that old just part of me that leans to was afraid I was going to put a hex on me for daring to say that early. So I kept that and felt and just kind of held it for a while because I thought, it just hasn't had time to really settle in. So let's not give that away too soon. And I've been feeling this way. I honestly don't remember how we all felt in 2020. We thought that was the biggest election. Remember? I don't remember we had done so much work and maybe there was still some anxiety. I don't feel that same way this time. And I don't know why,
Well,
but
we've done 4 more years of work.
and no kidding. And I understand. I have people on both sides of this. I have people that are praying that the evil that is enveloping this land will lift off and be gone after election night. And I'm like this. Are you talking about me? And I thought, oh no, it's not all about you. Well, who are they talking about? But and others just going, others who on some level know that changes in the air, that evolution is happening. And we're clueless on what that may look like for a while. But I, just personally, I'm feeling calm. We made a decision. I'm having my kids come at Christmas time, so there's not too much that can make me unhappy about the universe right now. I just don't. I'm happy that they're coming for another Christmas, and you know, um, I just feel. No, we'll talk tomorrow.
All is well.
It is done. Well, for checking in, I'll go, I've been dealing with home health and their supervising agency thing called Total Care. And I get calls from people usually once a day about something. Well, this is your nurse from such and such, and how are you feeling? Okay, and you? And it's about that casual, like, well, I guess if something were up, I'd certainly share it, with the symptom I experienced. But, there's times when it feels like unnecessary contact. And again, I guess this should be delighted that it's there and available if they have questions or something. But, I've still got a stress test last Friday, which is an interesting thing. It was a chemical stress test with a medication they inject you with that causes your blood vessels and arteries to expand as if you were working out and running and, huffing and puffing. And trust me, the minute that hit, it's like, I feel like I had been running or something, it's crazy. And he said, "Oh, you're already experiencing it?" I said, "I don't know what I'm supposed to be experiencing, but I'm breathing like I've been running forever. So that was that. One of your results back on that, though, sometime, I think either next week or the week after, I forget the exact dates. But so right now, still a lot of exploration and acceptance. There's no symptoms going on right now, so I guess I'm good.
Okay. Our body is such curious things.
I know one other thing I can share is I got Annie and I have been missing each other. Well, Nancy and I have been sending Annie texts and not hearing back from her. And last night, heard that she had some sort of surgery unconnected to her underlying conditions that we've known about for a while. And I'm trying to get in touch with her tonight and see what that's all about. And see what my Chicago daughter's up to.
Okay, very good.
Hopefully all is well.
Yeah. Well, we'll see her all as well.
Right.
Yeah. And even if she's whatever she's doing on her journey, we know that she is well, all is well. Yeah.
My turn.
Your turn.
I'm good. I really am good. Shirley went to the cardiologist today, and so they ordered some tests, but nothing seems like crazy. She sees a pulmonologist Thursday, so we'll see what that brings, but at least we are making progress. And I started on a semi-glutide last week, one of those, oh, I just lost the name of it. where the smaller pharmacy mixes it themselves because insurance doesn't ever approve it. I feel amazingly better.
Mm,
I mean, like almost 100% better. And
wow.
one of the side effects is that it reduces swelling. And for me having lymphedema, reducing swelling is huge. It's just huge. And so I need to call the doctor every 2 weeks and let him know how I'm doing. But I'm gonna let him know this week because you have to get the prescription in and then it takes it 7 days to get to you. So I want to make sure it's on the way in time. But this is a side effect I never expected.
Mhm.
So very, very grateful. I wasn't sure I was going to find a way to feel better because I had felt so bad for so long. And I thought, boy, is this the way it is? Because this kind of sucks and I'm not really up for this.
Mhm.
But I really do feel a lot better. So God bless the side effects.
Yeah, very good. Yay. It's that
Yay is
tenacity,
right.
right?
I
Tenacity,
guess that doesn't hurt.
right? Yeah, awesome. Hey, Linda, just in time for your check-in.
Well, I was going to say, what can I didn't hear any of that until the very end, and I'm like, woohoo, that sounds great. So that's good. So sorry, I totally don't know how it ended up off of my calendar. So I was on another call that I had to get off. Um, so happy to be here and happy to um, participate in this. I know what it's all valuable. It's all valuable, and it's all taking us places that we want to go. So I've just been doing what I can. I've been actually yet this afternoon. The owner, Fred, who owns the place and has been staying here for the last few weeks. He left this afternoon. So I'm coming back to the house going, yay, it's my house again. and and I'm just aware of the spaciousness. There's where he's really easy to get along with, really easy to be there. We had great conversations. But I was also always aware of where I put my dishes and, all that kind of, we were like dancing around each other. So I'm very grateful to have my space back again for a while. And they're up in the air. They haven't even decided. So they'll probably be up there for Thanksgiving, but they don't know if they'll be home for Christmas or not. He wants to come home because his friends are here. She wants to stay up there because that's where her friends are. So they're doing this marriage struggle that it's not just it's about, there's a lot of changes in their life, and so now they're having to go into retirement and they're disagreeing about how they want to live the rest of their lives. So it's a big deal for them, and I just bless them, and I'll help out however I can, wherever. So staying flexible. And I'm putting in the light my concern about finances, because I don't have much work coming in. I did get a good job, which was like almost 2 weeks of a 9 to 3 job, which was really great. And so that pretty much helped me cover for this month. But I don't have any, I only have last month, I covered for last month. And so now this month I work until Friday's I work until Friday. And then I don't have anything the rest of November until a couple days before Thanksgiving. So I could do some more work and letting everybody know. So that's where I'm at. I guess I can leave it there.
Okay.
Feeling good, a little anxious, but trusting the best I know how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And it feels that you have you're thinking that you might be anxious, but you don't feel energetically tied up right now.
Right. Right.
Like that trust is
Right.
bigger, right?
Yes. Yes. I'm experiencing the trust growing day by day. Actually, since Fred left, I have a lot more. It's a lot easier for me to feel what I'm feeling. You know, I don't know how. I'm. I don't know how his presence interfered with it, but it seemed to.
Okay.
Wanting to be liked or something like that, probably.
Different energies, you know. You
Yeah.
might be used to being alone, and then you're not, and
Right.
yeah. Cool.
And it's his house, but I made it my house.
Right.
Yeah. And so he's dancing around my stuff as much as I'm dancing around his.
All right. All right, I'm good. We head to Phoenix on Saturday, and at some point we're going to have to get ready to do that since it's Tuesday night. Anyway, yeah, life is good. I feel like I found finally, and I might have said this last week too, but it's like, oh, I'm finding my own equilibrium again from being too busy for 2 full months, August, September, October, 3 months, really. Well, 2.5 months. And so that feels better. I feel like I'm a little bit ahead of the game. I still got lots of things next week as well. Actually, the rest of this week's a little bit full, but I just feel like more spacious again, which I really love. And in our global group this morning, we did talk about the US, and across the board, it was like, it's all good. It is all good. We've made it like almost through a birthing canal or through a tipping point, or there's something that was like this big and then this settling, right? Like settling in new humanity, settling in a new way of being, settling in, you know, regardless of what the actual outcome is, the uprising of people caring for people and people, you know, that whole, all the things that we've been playing with and working with. And then what I started playing with today, well, we've made a deal and we'll see about tonight because Rob can get so tied up in what's out there. And so we said every hour he gets 10 minutes of news. That's it. And then he goes, we should pray at the end of that. I said, I think that's a good idea. And before we turn it on too, 10 minutes. I am not watching the commentating go for 18. I'm not watching, I'm not doing it. I don't mind checking in, but that felt really good. So then George came over today for a minute and Rob's like, yeah, we got a deal. We're going to, and I thought that was really awesome. So I feel good. About where we are in the world, about where we are in the election, about where I am today. And I think I sent an email. I've opened up the next version, I think, of what I'm hoping to become, what I'm hoping for it to become. I don't have a whole lot of interest, but you're all, I would welcome your presence there very much. And it's in a 90-day, it starts as a 90 days. So I just want to, whatever you're paying for Quantum Burst, just count that. And we'll keep doing this at least through the end of the year. And then join that if you want to. And so the first one is, I guess it's next Wednesday and it's at 1. I'm thinking we're going to do 1 in the afternoon and 1 in kind of this time frame, but we'll see what people want. Because I've already had one person go, I don't want to do 5:30. I want to do like earlier. And I'm like, well, but if I have people who are working, we need to. So next Wednesday, we'll look at the calendar a little bit more, but.
And is that something that we can send to other people?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
Yes, please do. Because my vision is this is one of the doorways into this bigger field that I keep saying I want to create. I don't imagine it will be massive, but 20 would be fabulous, right? Because not everybody comes every week. So, but yeah, wide open. And then it's also part of what will come from that is the people who are in it can help co-create the ongoing piece. Like we'll find out what people really want, because it's easy for me to think what everybody wants, but obviously I don't usually get that right. So it's ever evolving, unfolding, looking for those pathways. What's really interesting is I said to the universe, I want to get this up and moving so I can do less unity work. And then all of a sudden I got more unity work. I'm like, what? Was that the opportunity to say no thank you, or the opportunity to be supported? Or it's not confirmed yet, but I sent another proposal.
Where's that going to be?
Well, Little Rock just wants to do the weekend workshops that I do for transition. I wouldn't be doing any of the daytime stuff. I would just be one weekend
Okay.
when I'm in town. So that feels pretty easy. It's no more board meetings, no more, that staff, not that.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm getting closer, right? Yeah, and I have a board training on Thursday, so that's kind of fun. I don't know if it's fun or not, but it is. We'll see. Anyway, enough of that. Ramble. So it's elections. So let's see what we can see about the world's already turned out. Our country's already turned out, shall we? Anything else you want to say about how we want to stand tonight, how we want to join together tonight?
It almost feels celebratory to me, because we've been talking about this for a long time. And here we are. We made it.
We made it.
Mm-hmm.
We are at the finish line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Susan Lincoln had posted, where are we meeting? What street are we meeting on to dance tonight? So I think we need to dance no matter, I'm just saying this for myself, no matter what the appearances are, because you know what? If it doesn't go the way we want, there is more beyond. I found that little meme that was so good about the older woman and the young girl saying, what do we do if we lose? What do you do if you win? It's the same work. We're still all of our work that we're doing and other. So we have our assignment, and it's like, how do I feel? I feel like we signed up, went through all of this stuff, and now it's like, we have our assignment and we know what our assignment is, even if we don't know what our assignment is. Does that make sense? And that's done, no matter what it looks like.
Yeah. And
we need to hold our assignment because we don't know what's going to happen in the next couple weeks in response to what happens in the next couple hours
or weeks.
And yeah, all the way to January 6th. We I think we're called to hold it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I would just say all the way to the 21st of January, like all the way through that inauguration. Because if it goes the way we think it's going to go, it could be ugly. And if it doesn't go the way we think it could go, it's going to be ugly.
Could be ugly.
So maybe a part of our work, if it goes the way we want it to go, we know what our assignment is. If it doesn't, maybe part of our work is building those bridges. Where next time it's more humanity. Of course, we don't know what we don't know anything. So isn't that kind of freeing? We just don't know anything.
We don't have to because we already know.
Yeah. Even though we don't
we already know beyond the answer of what's going to happen in this plane of being.
Yep.
And we know we don't have to practice fear. We don't have to practice even
Right.
not letting fear come in. You know what I'm saying? It's like we don't have to I think the greatest gift is learning you don't have to pre-worry, pre-practice anything. We have to show up and just head in the direction that we're guided. I have faith in us. I just have faith in all of us, in the ones we know like this, who may even vote opposite than we do, but at heart, I know they're good, and I know that they'll awaken at some point. Maybe, something's going to wake up.
Yeah.
I have a technical question.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys will know, but I've been wondering about this. So on January 6th, 4 years ago, it was passed that oversaw and ensured the counting of the actual counting. So if it's Kamala and she won, she not going to go count her own things? I wonder, is it supposed to be the vice president?
I think it is
Oh,
supposed to be the vice president, but when the vice president's the candidate, that's a good
I
question.
don't know what happens. Okay, I just wanted.
Well, all they
Bill
do,
president of the Senate.
all they
Oh, the
all they
Senate?
do, well, the House has to pass it. They've agreed on their stuff, but once it gets to the Senate, which is the official, each state is has their stuff that's already been certified. Supposed to have been that way. They were trying to do alternative electors last time, so trust me, that'll probably, if you failed the first coup, you try it again. But all they have to do is to present it, and then they are counted and tabulated, and she confirms that that the count has been done. She's not in charge of the counting. That's done. The box is in there in the chamber, and it's presented.
I wonder if they let her do that. Anyway, I just wondered.
Oh
My other
yeah,
question was, I just found out from watching the news that it can actually be 169 to 169.
yes, it could be.
There is a way that this could be a tie.
Yeah. Then it goes
And with
to
all of the craziness that's gone on in the last few years, I thought, oh my God, it could be a tie.
well, then we're screwed because it goes to the House of Representatives.
Yes, it does.
And each state has one vote.
Yeah. And they were talking about Alaska, that person, I don't know, I think they thought that someone could be voted in that was going to be a Democrat, but it currently had a Republican. So is it the people that have newly been elected or the other people?
It's the new Congress.
Okay, so because they were saying Alaska would be pivotal if it's tied.
Well, Alaska, or actually the one district in Nebraska outside of Omaha, which is allowed to
Okay.
go either way. The state of Nebraska tends to go red, but it has gone Democratic often in the past. So it's a one vote that could
Man,
get you to 170.
it's just fascinating.
It
This
is.
is fascinating.
Have we not had the biggest history lesson if you're paying attention to all these details, understanding our Constitution again, knowing what we say, oh, I want to defend the Constitution. Well, tell me what you know about it. What do you,
Mhm.
this has been really profound as far as making us know what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's fascinating. I was laughing about the tie thing because I thought, of course. And now, let's see, we've had a pandemic and we've had Trump and now and we had and now we'll have a tie because
And two more legislation groups in two states just approved trying to do away with the electoral college and go to the popular vote. And I can't remember what they're up to now, something like 25 or whatever. And there's been a group out there trying to make that shift to remove the electoral. That's going to be a biggie.
That'll change
How,
us.
how many is needed to do that?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't know that. I don't know that. I don't know if it's yeah, 2/3 or whatever. Yeah.
Two-thirds of the states,
Huh?
2/3 of the states
Thank
call a
you.
constitutional convention.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, see, we could be in a creation creation things that we hadn't even thought about.
Right? Because don't you think that in the creation, certainly of new humanity, the whole thing has to be reworked? And that could very well be where we're headed at different levels, right? All right, so let us celebrate that we know that all is well and it is done for this election and for whatever challenges we're facing in our lives and individually and collectively and all of it. We know, oh, what if we just relax and celebrate in this moment? All is well and it is done because we quantum burst our lives, ourselves, and our world in miraculous outcomes. I took the liberty to scan the gems. I don't even ask anymore. Or I didn't ask tonight. All right, first one, smoky quartz. Grounding and calming. Synchronizes body energy with earth energy. Regulates and stabilizes the detoxification of unwanted energies from the physical, emotional, and mental bodies. Second one is azurite. Grounding communication, opens and strengthens the connection between the feminine earth forces and the fifth chakra, helps us communicate with vitality, authenticity, and gentleness. Third one is the Herkimer diamond, a highly developed transmitter of white light, promotes clarity of vision, stimulates healing of all levels, facilitates clarity during the dream state, helps us fine-tune and focus the activities of the sixth chakra. Oh, next one, fourth one is sapphire/ruby. I didn't know there was a sapphire/ruby. For balancing spirituality with physical ability, enables one to gently integrate higher purpose into physical reality and receive physical nurturing through the fulfillment of divine responsibilities. And the last one, Aquamarine, brings a calm, quiet clarity to an overactive mental body, increases one's ability to achieve a neutral, serene state of mind, helps one create a mental oasis of cool, clear receptivity. Comments?
I love it all.
All right, let's do our 6 minutes. So take a breath, knowing all is well. It is done. Feel just even saying that, the celebration. So we quantum burst ourselves, our lives, our country, our election, and our world in miraculous outcomes. Here we go. Take a breath. Notice what you're noticing. And when you're ready, open your eyes. How was that?
Something. That was very deep, I know that. One point I left, there's points unknown. Nothing unpleasant, nothing remark about it either, but it was kind of like just nothingness. And at one point I was aware of changing clothes, but it's not quite right. It's changing garment, you know, what you arrange yourself with, you know. I don't know what the qualities of that were, but good, felt appropriate, and I can't describe it other than that.
How's it feel?
It's good. It's well.
Somehow I think that changing the garments somehow is significant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, it looks like you're talking, but we can't hear you. It looks like you're unmuted, but we can't hear you. Did your microphone go? Oh no. Uh-uh. All right, Nancy, go and while she fixes that, or no, you're muted, Nancy.
Yeah, okay. Before we get into it, the thing it kind of threw me at first was, reading the gems and the ruby sapphire. Why were those together? I don't know if there's a slash or they just ran
Yeah,
together.
slash.
A slash. And so, of course, part of me was so curious, and I looked at real quick that these gemstones have the same chemical composition and the same mineral structure. And there's something that happens in their development that can make it either go red or go sapphire, but
Wow.
they're in relationship with each other from the same source. And I thought, oh, I don't know what that means yet, but I think that's something to go play with because I like both of those. But I went back to where I was last time because I had reread that before I came in about the centrifugal force and coming out as this unified blob of new stuff. And I started to kind of see that, except none of my little blobs wanted to get back into the centrifugal thing. So we all kind of, how you put your arms around each other around your waist, and then you lean back, from almost your feet are together, and you lean back, and it was kind of a dancing move to create the centrifugal movement. And that went on for a little bit, and then they said, we've already done that. And I went, okay, fine. So they started laughing, and I know it's a good sound. So they were laughing and they were rolling down hills like these are these little unformed blobs that don't know exactly what they're going to be yet. And one of the things I heard, because amongst some people I check on every once in a while, one of their critiques of Kamala is her laugh. And 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 I heard her laughter, which I just absolutely love because the thing that's joy and a belly laugh and just loving life. I heard that laughter all the way down, and it like helped bind them together. And I had posted something earlier that said, I think her laughter is like it's a balm to some of our souls. It's because it frees us up, and when these little thingies, unformed thingies were trying to walk like humans and they couldn't quite manage it, but they're rolling and laughing, just laughing. And I thought, oh, that's joy in its most unformed state. So it was just showing up, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to keep that because I know she's going to keep that. She may, when no matter what happens, she'll have a whole range of emotions, but she'll know she gave from her best for herself. And that's what my little blobby friends wanted to align with was her and so many others around the planet, because she's just the expression of what we've all worked on, that letting it out, not being silenced, not being, oh, go sit down and don't make too much noise, and you don't need to make a spectacle of yourself. So it was a very short-lived but very joyous, and didn't have all these words, but it was a feeling of sweet joy. I think that's the best phrase.
Very cool. Okay, we'll try you again.
Okay, can you hear me
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
Whew. I'm having problems with this today because I missed almost every one of the gems because I couldn't get the sound to work.
Well, really?
So I caught in at the very end. But anyway, so I was messing with that the whole time. Um, my experience was just like jumpy. Like I was kind of all over the place. I wasn't deeply anything and I wasn't gone anywhere, but just kind of all over, but joyous. Um, yeah, so I don't know. That's just kind of what it was.
Cool.
So I took notes because I forget so easily. Oh, pretty. That looks warm. I'm feeling cold. So let's see. At the beginning, there were several things coming in and down and around, and I noticed that it was an emphasis on grounding. That was what I was being told. There's an emphasis on being grounded, and grounding, taking the time to be grounding myself. And then I got into this thing about the intentions being clarity. I think that came from the diamond. And so it was clarity and wisdom that go together. And having the clarity and wisdom allows the trust. So then it's an allowing, not trying to make something. It's just allowing what is to be and trusting what is to be. and then I got into one of my favorite things is this word about wholeness and holiness. And I started spelling the holy and holiness is holiness. And so I got that oneness of our holiness. It was really fun few moments. And then we're talking about several people brought up the joyful. For me, it's like an eagerness. There's like, this is happening. This is happening. We're doing it, So, and it is very joyful. But the little girl inside of me is eager. So that's
Very cool. Yeah, I think I just kept really being in a sense of all is well and it is done, that the world has turned out and that there's still some revealing to be, or development or something like that. But it was really, it was just expansive. And then I had a sense that, oh, the waves coming, like almost like be prepared for the storm that comes, right? It's like, oh, it's all we're ready. We are ready. We are ready. So we're in a place, it was like knowing it's all done, and in a place of watchfulness, and in a place of I would say also joy. And when Nancy was talking about that sapphire and ruby, I thought, oh my God, the red and the blue comes from the same base. It's like, oh my God, our red and our blue actually come from the same base. It's like, that was really cool. So thank you for looking that up. All right, let's do another minute 20 and top it off. And we'll just look for, a single kind of phrase to bring back into our bigger circle. Ready? All right, here we go. Take a breath. Notice what you're experiencing. And when you're ready, open your eyes. How was that?
I got a word for you, or a couple.
Okay.
You said being prepared for the storm, whatever storm may come. And my immediate response was, what storm? Because I fully believe that we see beyond the storm.
Oh, beautiful.
So, what storm? We're good.
Yeah. Cool.
I've been through so many different things about it that I don't remember where I was going, what I was, but what I come back to is that I said eagerness, but it's an anticipation. There's an anticipation of the good, and the other part is, I think, part of it is having this spaciousness around me at the moment, is it's just feels supportive of everything working out. I don't know a better way of saying that, but it's an experience of everything settles into place when it has that opportunity.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm few things. I'm glad you added about the storm because what I heard when I did a scan of it, and we had a real storm go through here last night, which was loud and noisy and wonderfully wet, which we desperately need rain. We're in a drought, and it was, it's that kind. It was a gentle one you can handle. But I thought, whatever goes on tonight or whatever, I totally give myself permission to be honestly authentic with what I feel at any given moment. If my little warrior spirit sags a little bit, I just want to go in and look at it and go, okay, sweetie, here, you want a hand? Let's see if I can get you up. We'll handle that. I'm just going to be absolutely aware of all the history that lives within me and how to be as this other evolves is to have that happen. And I liked your advice actually, and Steve will be relieved because I can be such a junkie on this stuff. And look at him, he's hopeful I'll say something of value to him, is that we'll take major breaks because I don't want to hear exit polls. I don't want to hear what's happening, and I don't want to hear any of that. Just roll through every whatever and just see what's going in. So I'm willing to do that tonight, Steve. And
At least until Steve goes to bed, right?
yeah. Well, we exercise at 5 in the morning on Wednesday, so
Oh,
I will not know the outcome tonight because we will shut down. I will not know, so.
Why, are you done, Nancy? Sorry, I didn't. Had something about the garment come back up again in reference to the sapphire and the ruby colors, and as a mix of the two coming together. And part of the garment wasn't red, part of it wasn't blue. It just like it was the totality of those, and that was all.
very cool. I had a sense of being on top of the world, like we are on top of the world, and on top of the world, we have become different. We have been birthed. We are being birthed through this process, and in that birthing of ourselves, of our source selves, which is different than our greater selves, which is different than our personality selves, we have been birthed in a new way tonight. We're being birthed tonight. Yeah, exactly. I'm sitting on top of the world. It was like that. And then I looked around, it's like, oh, we're all different than we were a week ago or a day ago or a year ago, for sure, as source beings.
Happy birthday, everybody.
Yeah, right?
Mhm.
All right. Love you all. See you in 2 weeks.
Or tomorrow.
Or tomorrow. Some
Yeah.
of us will see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Some of
Yeah.
us, yeah.
Yeah, got to make that one. So anyway, good night.
Absolutely. All right. Good night. Love you guys.
Good night, everybody. Love you guys.
Love you all
Bye.
too. Bye-bye.